Welcome to the very first bomb shelter sessions of spring 2017. With me today, I have Tyson and Adam from Crooked Teeth, a very, very phenomenal pop punk group out of Southern California. And they are currently here promoting Out Here Alone, their new EP that they released last year. And how are you guys?
Oh, we're supposed to talk in this, right?
Yeah.
Doing good.
Doing good?
How are you?
What about you, Adam?
Doing great. I'm doing great.
Well, I'm really happy that you guys are one of my first bomb shelter sessions because last year I didn't realize this until I started to do research on you guys. You showed up on my Discover Weekly on Spotify. That's awesome. Yeah, and it was one of the most surreal moments to kind of be like, oh hey, remember those people you saw on Spotify? Yeah, you're gonna actually see them in person now, and it was kind of cool.
That's really cool.
But the big thing, I gotta say, how's the tour been in general? I know you guys have been going up the West Coast. You've been up in Portland. How's that been?
The tour itself has been really cool. It's all pretty much every night is a DIY space, and that was done somewhat intentionally, and also just because we're really small bands, and but that's the community and that's the demographic that we prefer to play with.
Okay.
Or play for, and just a safe space every night.
Yeah.
Place
right.
for anyone to come,
Yeah.
and all ages, and so every place we played so far has been really cool. Everyone's been super supportive. The shows have been really fun,
Oh,
and
right.
yeah, it's been awesome.
What about your bandmates? Or not your bandmates, but your tour mates? How's that been? Just touring with, in general, with another group of people.
You answer it.
Such mess dudes. They're all right. They're out here dudes. They're pretty chill. Hey guys.
Has there been any tour shenanigans at all, like pranks you pull on each other when you're on the road or something?
I don't. Oh, that's probably too graphic. Yesterday. I mean, we drove past them all in Eugene, and we were blasting some pornographic over the radio.
Oh, my
pornographic stuff, but yeah, we just rolled by them. I think that's. Is there anything else you're doing? I don't think so. We've been good boys, yeah.
Oh, that's rad. So Tyson, Caleb told me beforehand that you performed in Chico before. Yeah.
Yes,
How long ago was that?
I've actually performed in Chico many a times.
Oh.
Many a time.
Yeah, I mean, either works, past tense.
Many
present
times.
tense. Yeah. Was that with your previous band, I'm assuming?
Yeah, it was with my other band. Actually, I remember we played is this for students? Are there adults that are gonna watch this? And
I mean, it's for everyone, really.
first time I ever played Chico. I don't know if you've heard of a band called Stories So Far, but
yes,
we played a little house show. It was their guitarist Will's 21st birthday.
Oh wow.
And he went to the community Butte, right?
Oh yeah, Butte. Yeah.
And we played a show in a shed in Chico for his birthday, and someone sold me fake acid. And that was the first time I ever played in Chico. It was really fun though. So been to Chico many times, and it's really fun.
So I mean, you guys are actually somewhat big in Southern California from some of the research I've been doing. And how does it feel to kind of be in a space that isn't Southern California right now? You're in Chico. It's a much smaller, more tight knit music community. And I mean, what's your goal ultimately? Just being here.
In Chico?
Yeah.
To have a really good time. And I actually really do. I grew up in a small rural town, about 2.5 hours south of here, called Lodi. So being in a town like this, and honestly, most of the nights that we played, we played Eugene last night. We played Portland before that, which is a bigger metropolis.
Yeah.
But then before that, we played a small town called Grants Pass, and so most of the shows have been in small towns.
Oh, cool.
And we're finding that it's not a lot to do in small towns. And so it brings this community together, maybe a lot more tight-knit. And so ultimately, just obviously play music, have a really good time, and just be a part of whatever community is already going on here in terms of art. So.
And I mean, do you ever feel anxious though? Just thinking about it. I mean, you're going from a place that you seem to know fairly well, which is Southern California, and you're coming to a place that at least you have played plenty of times. But I mean, you haven't played here before, have you? No. So do you ever feel kind of anxious just being in a spot you've never really been like performing at before?
Yeah, kind of, because I don't really know what to expect. I mean, I've gone to shows all my life in Southern California, but I think I've maybe played a handful of shows up in Northern California, but never in Chico. So I mean,
Oh, rad.
I mean, it's a college town, so I don't really know what to expect.
I feel like you'll have a lot of fun here.
Yeah,
That's for sure. So, actually, for more stuff that I found, when I was on your Bandcamp page listening to your album, it said on the bottom that the Out Here Alone had a really interesting recording process. It went from just like you getting off of tour, and he wants the mic, by the way. It went from you getting off of tour and going straight into the studio, and then you finished recording literally 3 days before you left for another a full US tour. How was that process? Was it like anxiety inducing or anything along those lines?
It's really interesting to explain that whole story because, this band is only like 8 months old. It's like a pretty new band. But basically I ended a tour with my previous band in Fresno, and my friend called me a couple days before that and was like, dude, just calm down. Just come record with me, you can spend as much time as you want here. And so we ended the tour in Fresno, and I hightailed it to Costa Mesa, and I spent the next 2 weeks working on the songs, and I thought there was going to be a release for my previous band, and then I just did some soul searching after finishing it and going back out on tour on the East Coast with said band, and I just decided that this would be better off as just a new, fresh journal entry in my life, and start a new chapter. And so I guess it would be maybe more therapeutic would be the better word to explain the process.
And you did say in that description, too, that you were going through like a really hectic and busy time in your life. And a lot of the lyrics I found from the album, I mean, lyrically, the themes are basically just like love, stress, doubt, vulnerability. But I think one of the most important ones that I latched onto was fear. And on the song Fuck Up, there's a line that says, like, I'm just a stoner in a shitty band, never had a backup plan, which then goes to the chorus, which is literally, I'm a fuck up. Is this what you wanted? Do you want it? With that said, this could be my last breath. If you want it, do you want it? It feels like a declarative statement to me. Like, it feels like it's something that you've been wanting to say for so long, and you finally kind of say it, and you get it off your chest lyrically and musically. And it's a very vulnerable thing to do. And how do you kind of like process the emotions when you're doing that?
I think I'm a very hard on my sleeve person to begin with, and anyone who knows me knows that there's not a whole lot of bullshit. I'm not someone who will just. I can honestly say this about myself, and in the music it comes out like you said. It is a hard on the sleeve song because I think that dealing with anxiety and depression, and being, at the time 23, 24, trying to face adulthood on top of doing. Pursuing a passion that maybe a lot of people are like, oh, you're not making shit, you're not making money, there's no security in that. What are you doing? But this is literally, my heart truly beats for music, and am I some profound musician? No, but at the same time, like, this is really my safe haven and my, positive punching bag, so to speak, in life. So that song, it is very declarative. I guess that's a good way to put it. And I think that's just something in my life that if music is as important to me as I say it is, then it would be stupid to not be declarative in that. Why add all this mystery to things that are really situations that we all face at the end of the day and might help someone else persevere through their troubles as well.
So with that being said, I actually have a really good follow-up question to that, because this album does, like you said, you're a very heart in your sleeve kind of person. Does this album almost kind of feel, when you released it, did you feel like more vulnerable than normal? Because of course, as a musician, when you put your stuff out, there's that vulnerability of, are people going to like it, or is anyone going to like it? But with a lot of like the lyrics and themes that are in this album, it's very personal to you. Did you almost feel a bit more vulnerable than that?
Maybe just like in my mom or my dad hearing it, because it's like pretty profane. If we're talking about that song specifically, and I remember when writing that chorus, and I was like, "Are we gonna say that? You know, like it's just gonna be like that? You know, like we're just stab it in the gut like that. We're just gonna do it." And then that kind of harkens back because it's not a punk rock song, and we're not like a punk rock band, but that's also a safe haven that I found in my life is in punk rock, and just that honesty and humility and just like, who fucking cares? Just say it, man. You know, and even the producer we did it with, Matt, he's just like, just fucking say it. Like, who cares? You know? And so at the end of the day, no. Like, once it was out, I was like, cool, it's a cool song, you know? And my dad likes my band and stuff, so it's chill.
How does it feel to have one of your parents actually like your band?
Honestly, like, do your parents hate our band? No. Okay. I think it's cool. My dad is like, he was my, you know, he kind of shaped my early musical influences. And so anytime like I write a song, I do think about like, would my dad like this? You know, like, would he jam this, you know, driving to work at 5 a.m? And I don't know, it's cool. Yeah.
Oh, rad. Well, I guess the next question I have for you guys is what 2 songs are going to be playing for the Bomb Shelter sessions today?
Deal? And we just play Fuck Up now? Probably, yeah. Fuck Up. Yeah, we'll play Fuck Up. We weren't sure what to do for the second one, but since this is like uncensored, we might as well just, you know, go with it.
And I guess the other thing is, do you guys have anything you want to plug? Social media, album, stuff like that?
All of our social media, honestly, yeah. We got, if you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Bandcamp. People still come up and ask us like, oh, how do I find out when you're doing tours and all? It's like literally that is our only medium. So please go find us.
And what's it called?
Crooked Teeth is the name of our band.
Okay.
So I guess if you just search that, you will find it on every medium. Yeah.
Okay.